sure enough, it could be any activity, such as taking a meal, taking breakfast. So rather than gobbling up one's breakfast, one pays really close attention to this entire process of taking breakfast. So being aware of the texture of the food in the mouth, and then the temperature that goes along with it, and the taste that goes along with this experience, and the change of taste, and things like the process of swallowing, and so on. So it's not just in an absent-minded manner putting food into the mouth and then quickly swallowing it, but rather it's doing this very simple day-to-day activity with some presence of mind.
And when meditation, in a way, is a non-activity where a person's just sitting and not being active. When they're not being active, what are the objects of mindfulness? What is a person being mindful of at that point?
Well, the superficial impression is one of not being active, but when one does sit in formal mindfulness meditation, and one then tries to be mindful of whatever predominant object comes up in the body or in the mind, then one realizes that at times a lot is coming up, and then this practice of mindfulness meditation actually can turn into a very dynamic activity. So from the outside, it might be viewed as just sitting there doing nothing, but actually the much involved. One needs to be dynamic. One needs to be with what's happening, and it could be considered even the most dynamic activities of all activities. If one really tries to be mindful, not just minute by minute, but second by second, moment by moment, and fraction of a moment by fraction of a moment.
And what are they being mindful of?
And then a retreatant who sits there in meditation will be mindful of, let's say, a thought arising in the mind, and then there may be pain arising in the knee, or it could be some pleasant sensation of a chill or thrill. It could be a pleasant feeling, could be an unpleasant feeling. It could be a mental state of happiness, it could be a mental state of joy, or it could also be a mental state of, let's say, misery. Whatever comes up, there's many things that certainly come up in the mindfulness meditation.